Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Blackbeard McFuckboy Show, where we'll be talking all things black, queer, and scruffy. I'm your host, Blackbeard McFuckboy. As you can see, I didn't keep the new hairstyle that I had last week. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it or not, but basically right now I've got like a dread starter kit situation going on right now. I don't know, I'm kinda into it. Yeah, I don't know, I guess I just wasn't patient enough for locks, and they also made me realize that I have a really big forehead, and I just wasn't ready to have that piece of information in my life. I did keep the color though, so can I get a yeet for that? So I had to do the thing that many of us queers dread doing over the holiday season, which is visit my family. So before I continue, let me just clarify in saying that I'm fairly privileged in having a goodish relationship, with my parents and most of my family. So this is in no way supposed to be a weird bratty flex on kids who don't, we all just have our different experiences, and I'm speaking from mine. So I recently made the obligatory Thanksgiving trip home, and now I'm about to make the obligatory Christmas trip home. During my Thanksgiving trip though, I picked up a couple tips that I'm going to share with you guys to make the holiday season with your family a little bit more bearable. Tip number 1. Dating apps are going to be your best friend. So I know what you're probably thinking, how can I create a meaningful relationship in the week that I'm spending with my parents? That's not the goal here. Your goal with dating apps is going to be GSF. And I'm going to tell you what that stands for. That stands for ganja, sex, food. Let's start with ganja. So I know in my case, I had to travel across state lines to visit my family, so bringing any tree with me would have been risky. So we all know what to look for when you're trying to find a dealer on sites like Tinder or Grindr. I'm not going to go over that because I'm not a snitch. So if you want to take the chance that you're going to smoke all the weed that you end up buying, then sure, go the dealer route. Now if you go that route and want to cut budget elsewhere, you can also make a really cheap bong I discovered for $2 at your local Dollar Tree, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that real fast. So basically you're going to want to buy a mason jar and a sippy cup. So you're going to want to make sure that the lid of the mason jar fits on top of the sippy cup. And then you're going to take a hot nail and put a bunch of tiny holes inside of the mason jar lid. Then you're going to pop this on top of your sippy cup, throw your weed on top of the little tiny holes, and you're good to go. This is going to be sort of like an air bong, considering the fact that if you put water in it, you'll just end up drinking it out of the sippy cup. I, however, prefer the cheap-ass hoe way of finding weed when you're away from home. You're going to want to look for your 420 friendly peeps. These are your let's smoke a blunt, watch some Netflix, maybe listen to a playlist, and hopefully something will happen type of people. Which brings me to my next letter, sex. Some of us, especially my fellow college people, are spending upwards of a month with their parents over the holiday season, so of course you're going to eventually get horny. Now the key with this is going to be play safe and stick with strangers. The safety is because you don't know what kind of STDs are roaming around in this town your mom lives in, and you don't want to come into the new year on an antibiotic script. You also want to keep it as anonymous and casual as possible. Listen to me. I know the offer of hooking up with the kid from your high school who still lives there and works at the gas station down the street might be tempting, but I promise you it will not benefit you. Find someone that you think is hot and is on the same page as you about this being a short-term deal that's probably going to eradicate as soon as you go back home. That brings us to food. So yeah, this one's pretty simple. I don't know about you guys, but when I go somewhere that's away from home, the first thing I want to do is check out whatever restaurants aren't available where I live. So what you're going to want to do is find some local who knows all the great food spots, and if you play your cards right, you might even get a free meal or two out of it. Who knows? Tip number 2, bring lots of games and entertainment. Every holiday season, I'm forced to indulge my mom in hours of whatever Tyler Perry program is playing on the OWN network, on top of countless hours of Law & Order SVU. Don't get me wrong, low-key that shit slaps. But it can be good to take a break. So for our adult viewers, games like the voting game, Cards Against Humanity, Taboo, are all really fun to play with your parents. and cousins and siblings, especially if there's, you know, alcohol involved. You get some pretty interesting responses, I found. If you want to go the more wholesome route, you can also have, you know, equal amounts of fun with games like charades, apples to apples, even like a little Christmas karaoke, you know, slip yourself a little bit of eggnog, get crazy. My third and final tip, I know it might sound like a crazy concept, but actually try to enjoy time with your family. I know a lot of us have animosities towards our parents for their views on this or that, but if they love you and they express that in a way that's not harmful to you, then please, you know, cherish them, because not everyone gets that chance. Alright, thanks guys, that's all the time we have for today. Please like and subscribe below, and remember, stay scruffy.